Hi guys, I'm sitting here with Hasse, who has now turned into a good friend, a good Viking friend. We're still at the same site if you saw the earlier video about the largest naval battle in Norway in the Viking Age, which was right by here, behind the cross there on the sea. More than 65 ships total, wasn't it?
5,000 men.
5,000 men. And the reason why I have Hasse here is because you know a lot about weapons, and this is about the Viking weapons, and which was actually vital for the crew of Olaf, who became Saint Olaf, King Olaf. But he came just from England now with some really seasoned comrades, Viking fellows. They've been out for many years apparently, and they were all dressed up in armor, and they had better weapons, better ships, and that's how they were able to beat this army. It was just a lot of peasants also, right?
Svein Jarl was a much bigger army, but they were peasants.
They were peasants. They had the normal traditional, we can show you here now. They had the axe, and I'll show you something in a bit now about the close combat advantages with an axe, if I may, against the sword. And the sword, that was for not the farmers normally.
No, that was the high range.
Yeah, the higher level of society. And of course many of Olav's men, all of them had swords.
All of them had swords.
Yeah, and they had this brynja, I'll show you now in just a second here. And of course they had helmets, and they also had Christianity.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what they brought here. So they were fighting. It was three local lords. Yeah. Well, Svein was the person who wanted most to be king, but he was Jarl, Lade Jarl. And then you had Einar Tambarskjelve, who was very good with the bow and arrow that we have here. Tambarskjelve, that's a pretty cool name also, yeah. So, and also we had Erling Skjalgsson. He was the big man in Sturla. At any point in time, he had 120 men around him. So that was a big local lord. And these three men had this pretty large army, 45 ships, 3,000 people, and they lost. And they lost pretty badly, I think, because in the sources, which are quite contemporary, though written by the victors, of course, in the poem, there's also this tale of how a lot of farmers escaped. They swam to shore, and they weren't killed off. And even Olaf and his men, they let Einar and Erling travel back. They didn't try to kill many of them.
Nope.
They had beaten them, and they could travel back safely. And Svein had to go to Sweden, of course, but there were many people who survived this battle. And that, I think, proves how big advantage they had with all this armor. I mean, this must have been a really, really nice day for the victors.
Yes,
yeah.
It wasn't.
But we know from the poem there's a lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
What can you tell us about this? I mean, Hasse here, he is not only part of the play, which they will have here in 2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
But also they have all these weapon, what should we say them in English?
A line battle?
Yeah, line battle. They have Mølen, what's it called in Norwegian?
Mølen Vikinglag.
Mølen, that's this area here. Vikinglag, which means band of Vikings, we can say. And there are a lot of them all over. I used to be part of this called 1308 Kongshirden in Oslo, because they had this training manual in sword fighting from 1308. It's a pretty early source. And they used that to train, and I trained with them for a little while. Great people, I still know them. And they have continued in other of these Viking bands, yeah. And you have here, you have the axe.
The axe was the most common weapon for farmers.
Yeah, for farmers, yeah.
Axes and spears.
Yeah, of course.
That was the two weapons they had.
Yeah, and we show her now with the shield how they fought. You can do that, and then you have the
sword.
Yeah.
It was Einar, Erling, Olav, and his man had swords.
Yeah. And this sword is not too sharp now.
No, it's a reenactment weapon, so we use it in fight.
And the smith, his name is Paul, right?
Paul Benz.
Yeah, who made this English blacksmith. And I think actually my own Viking sword also was made by the same man many years ago when I got mine. And then you have the arrows here.
like
Here
that.
we go. So
It's not that sharp right now, but it's still a deadly weapon.
yeah, and then you have the bow. Here we are. So is this like a long bow? Would you say?
It is a long bow.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I just
Watch out so you don't hit the neighbors over here.
Shoot.
No?
No, I can shoot that way. Do like this.
Oh. Okay, we hit one.
Yep, he died.
And I actually my friend Hulkoff from the band Hulkoff, he's making these Skythian bows. He's very into bow and arrow, and he's made this. They used to be able to shoot on the horse while holding on the horse. So they shot with their thumb and not like this,
Not like with those
dragging.
fingers.
So they had this special ring that you put on and you twist it so it's tight, and then you shoot like this. And you can shoot really fast this way, and he's made one of these for me. I'll try it on and I'll maybe show you.
The fastest bow rider, he shot about 12 to 15 arrows a minute
12 to 15 a minute, yeah, from horseback.
from horseback.
Yeah, and you know in Iceland, of course, they have these two additional horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what they're called in English? Throttle. Oh,
No, I don't know the name in English.
Well. In any case, you can ride the horse. It's
It
almost like
moves smoothly
it's
forward.
very smoothly. It's easy to shoot from horseback also in that way. Yeah. So should we check it out? Here, I'll do it. And also, first off now, I have my friend Vegard. I'll take this axe here, and Vegard, he's coming over here now with the brynja, the armor that they used to have. Let's see here now, Vegard. There you are. And this is heavy, right?
Heavy.
This is really heavy. And imagine the Vikings, like Olav Tryggvason, Olav the First of Norway. He was the one who died in the Battle of Svolder. And we know from the historical sources that they would practice jumping from a ship with this armor on, and then taking it off underwater and escaping. So there's a big rumor that he survived that battle also. Can you see the other one also, please? Because there's an easier form just around here also. And we're not gonna fight now, are we? Or
No, just gonna shoot.
so here Vegard comes to this one also. You have just up here. That's for bowsmen, maybe.
Yeah.
You were further off, away. And yeah, so we should try this now, attacking him, right?
Yeah.
He's the Trell, and that we have stolen this armor, and we'll just see how he survives these blunt attacks. Yeah, so is that? Oh no, we're not going to do that.
Not today.
So when we fight here now, thing is, well, you can explain us if you
Well, the
will.
thing is, I got the shield and that sword. And the way he uses the axes, if we go close,
Yeah.
he can take his axe like that
Rip
pull
it
it-
down.
and just put it up, straight up.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hit my neck, and I kill him very fast.
Come underneath. They would try to. It's a shield wall. They come up on the top, drag it down, and then maybe the guy next door could use his spear and try to come up underneath the helmet. And the good thing with axe here, a lot of the Viking wounds on skeletons, they are from below the knee because they had the coat armor there, and they would try to come in and then go below the shield like this and rip in this direction. So you see a lot of that. And the good thing with axe, I really like the axe, and because if you get tight up, like I am into submission wrestling. For me, I just go down here and you have close battle with the axe,
I
right?
can't do that with my sword.
No, not really. Yeah. I hope you can hear me now. There's a little bit windy now, so. And of course, in a shield wall, they would have the shields next to each other, and they would have the spears, and of course swords, and they would attack the next person in the shield wall, right? So you attack not directly, not straight, but to the next, which is a very good fighting technique. So yeah, and that's what you practice on here. Right?
Yes.
You'll have a practice tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
every Sunday.
Yeah, And we do have a lot of these Viking bands who, it's all around Norway, isn't it? Pretty good community.
Yeah, it is. We have a good connection with Bodø.
Bodø, yeah.
Bodø, it's a
Very important
very
place
good.
in Norwegian Viking history.
It is.
And you see the cross there in the background here. The reason why this cross is here, as I mentioned in the other video from here, from the play, is because Olaf, he came in 1016, 1005 years ago. He came with his army from the left in the photo here and he came with his 2,000 strong army.
Yes.
On 20 ships about, and he brought Christianity here.
He did.
And that's the big...
This was the most important sea battle for Christianity.
Yeah. And quite... well, people remembered it for a very, very long time. Because it was this battle also for religion, in a sense. Yeah. So a lot of people I see comment on my channel here about that also. They didn't like Olaf that much, you know. We called him Olaf the Fat, actually. Olaf Digre.
We've called him Olav Unholy.
Olaf Unholy?
Unholy, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to put on this helmet here and we're going to try to... No, we're not going to do that.
No,
we're not friends, yeah. Not today.
But I can show you with the helmet on. I can put it on.
Yeah, please do so. You can see here. And I hope you like this video here. I just wanted once we have Hasse here, who is pretty big on Viking, fighting like a Viking, and you've been doing taekwondo and karate for a number of years, but this is much more fun, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
And I can imagine being a farmer here. He's coming with his huge armor and his helmet and everything, and you know he's seasoned with his good sword, and I'm one of these peasants who are just waiting for this army coming all the way from London. That must have been something, Hasse.
Must have been fantastic to see.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to depict here on this play that you're having here in just 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
With the ship back there, and I've seen the script. It looks really, really cool. Yeah.
It is.
So
looking forward to it.
I'll hang this up here, and I'll say thank you, Hasse. This has been very, very enjoyable.
Thank you very much. I loved it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see the video.
Yeah. So I hope you liked this short video, a little bit about fighting like a Viking. Take care.